In 2026, software is spoken into existence. Through vibe coding, a user's natural language is instantly translated into millions of lines of structural code, creating an era of near-zero friction creation. But having all the world's information generated and available in a fraction of a second has exposed a critical flaw in how we process it. Our actual capacity to comprehend and deeply learn this material is actively breaking down. Researchers call this metacognitive laziness. When we rely on AI tutors to instantly summarize complex topics, we feel like we understand the material. The machine did the work, so the machine holds the knowledge. Frictionless access to data does not equal the internal acquisition of knowledge. By completely removing the necessary cognitive struggle required to learn something new, we accidentally remove the learning process itself. Our brains simply aren't built for the digital environments we've created. Psychologist Kirsten Adam at Rice University studies what happens when our focus is constantly fractured by constant notifications, flashing digital alerts, and crowded, busy screens. She found that these environments actively fight against our natural biological limits for attention. Take a look at this chart tracking reading comprehension. A massive meta-analysis of 49 different studies revealed the screen inferiority effect. When subjects read the exact same material on a digital screen instead of physical paper, their comprehension and retention scores drop significantly. Now, watch what happens when we isolate the data for cognitive load. The metrics spike aggressively for digital readers. The physical acts of scrolling, navigating hyperlinks, and dodging multitasking prompts demand so much background processing power that your brain has very little energy left to actually absorb the text. We are trying to run deep focus software on hardware designed to be constantly distracted. The human brain's biology is entirely incompatible with the digital mediums we currently use to consume complex information. To fix this, educators and scientists are pushing a deliberate retreat away from the screen and back to the printed page. A physical book provides a mental map. The weight of the paper in your hands and the fixed spatial location of the text give your brain the physical anchors it needs to encode long-term memories. You remember a fact partly because you remember it was on the bottom left corner of the page, about halfway through the book. This visualization maps out exactly what happens in the brain. fMRI data proves that reading a physical book activates specialized language networks, creating sustained, deep-focus brainwave patterns. Compare that to the fractured, erratic neural activity triggered by digital scrolling. The physical book functions as an essential piece of exercise equipment for building cognitive stamina. Recognizing this biological reality, schools are actively redesigning how they teach through the slow curriculum movement. Instead of rushing students through dozens of topics to pass a test, the slow curriculum covers significantly fewer concepts, but explores them with intense depth. The goal is to rebuild a student's intrinsic motivation by letting them actually understand a subject rather than just memorize it. This retreat to physical learning fully embraces technology. Advanced AI is simply pushed behind the scenes into the production phase of publishing. That means high-tech production can seamlessly merge with tactile consumption. A student can read a traditional printed textbook page and then use augmented reality to watch a complex 3D model of a beating heart bloom right off the paper. The optimal learning environment pairs the immense rapid processing power of AI on the back end with the slow, physical immersion of the book on the front end. This hybrid approach is reshaping our physical spaces. Modern libraries have evolved into innovation laboratories, intentionally placing 3D printers and AI workstations directly next to traditional book collections. This chart illustrates a structured defense mechanism against digital fatigue, known as the 52-17 rule. It involves time-blocking 52 minutes of sustained single-task focus, followed immediately by a 17-minute cognitive recovery period. Highly successful individuals are deliberately using this framework to schedule dedicated daily time away from their screens to read physical books. Leading intellectuals like historian Yuval Noah Harari are driving this movement, prioritizing the deep synthesis of information over the fast consumption of raw data. This reveals the core paradox of our era. As artificial intelligence gains the ability to instantly generate infinite amounts of superficial content, the human capacity for slow, deep thought becomes exponentially more valuable. In an age of endless digital distraction, the physical book remains the most advanced and necessary cognitive technology we possess for navigating the future.